Hello, beautiful people. This is Pascal here on the channel Explore with Pascal. It's always joy to find you on my channel. I fully appreciate your support and thank you for being part of my growth. In fact, there is something despicable, humiliating, disgusting, and embarrassing which has been going on the internet of late, and it has to do with people dining, dancing, doing all sort of nasty things with dead bodies. And guess where this is happening? In my beloved country, Ghana. I don't know where you'll be watching me from, but if you're watching me outside Ghana, this must be something which you might not understand. This will be something weird which you're going to find. But if you are a Ghanaian watching me, you might not be surprised because this has been going on the internet for some time now. And I think we need to have a conversation. Yes, so this and several videos like this, which I can show you here, but I know you've come across several videos similar to this. Now, what is happening here is that when somebody died or when somebody is dead and the person is brought from the morgue, where people have the chance to pay the final respect, that's where these nasty activities happen. So, for example, like you saw in the video, if the person was a miner, that's where mining equipments will be brought before this person, and together with his colleagues, a demonstration of the act which they do every single day is displayed. And sometimes people will even sit down and will eat with the dead. People will be drinking with the dead, trying to show to the public that, hey, you know what, he was our guy, and so we're doing this with a person here and there, which for me, I think is very despicable. It's irresponsible, and we need to think about it. We need to talk about it. Now, what these people are doing is suicide in disguise. Don't forget, before April 2023, when the then President Akufo-Addo assented a private member's bill into an act, it was a criminal offense for somebody who makes an attempt to commit suicide. Yes, it was. And so if you make an attempt to commit suicide in Ghana and you survived, you then drag to the law court to face criminal charges. And so until recently, 2023, like I mentioned, in April, that is when this law was relooked and then it was amended to the point that it is now seen that if anybody makes an attempt to commit suicide, this person might probably need some sort of mental support, because if a person in the right frame of mind will not attempt a suicide. And so from April 2023 till now, it is no more a criminal offense, but it's something that has to do with mental health. And I think these activities of these young men and women every single day on the internet, all in the name of paying their last respect to the dead, is a suicide in disguise. A suicide in the sense that they end up contracting several diseases which send them to their grave, which they have no idea of, because of their irresponsible act or irresponsible behavior, or because of their ignorance, or because of their stupidity. But if the consequences of this action is borne by them alone, it wouldn't be an issue. If the consequences of these action of theirs would be borne by these people alone, it wouldn't be my concern, and there was no way I was going to talk about it. But these same people who do these sort of despicable acts at the various points end up in public transports with others, with innocent people who some way somehow, with innocent people who went for their businesses, some went to church, some went for other important assignment, which end of the day ensures their survival. These same people at these grounds end up in public transport with them. And so if there is any disease, which is very likely that any person who is brought from the morgue is not safe to be dined with. And that is why these morgue attendants most of the time make sure they have their protective gears and everything on before they attend to any dead body. And so if we even know what killed this dead body, how about the other ones where the person was preserved before his final days preparation for his burial. And this is something which is annoying, which is embarrassing. Remember that we were once judged by the color of our skin, but here we are breaking barriers and trying to make sure that the better narrative is put out there. Now, if this was to happen about 50, 100 years ago, we would have said it's okay, because that time medication and everything was somehow less. And so people were not all that informed about how some diseases could be spread. But here we are in the 21st century, where people are fully aware. People have access to smartphones, people have access to televisions and everything. But we decide to descend into the mud and do this. Now it becomes very annoying when people decide to misrepresent the African in that weird manner. And for me, I find it very annoying when somebody talks about, when people really do not say about what we really stand for, but decides to go for the nasty and the trash stuff that have been written on the internet already. It makes me very annoyed. But here we are contributing to it. Here we are doing something that is even crazy, which is very stupid, which is unimaginable than what has been written on the internet already. And I think that authorities needs to step in. These people are committing suicide in disguise. And I'm sure these are the kind of people who needs to be prosecuted, not somebody committing suicide. I think that people involving in such acts, for the sanity of society, for the protection of society, these people must be prosecuted. If they don't know, they need to be told. That's a law. That's the Mortuary Act, the Coroner's Act, which regulates all these activities. And institutions needs to work. Not strong men, but strong institutions. This is my take, and I'm very happy for being with me. Yes, you may agree with me, you may disagree with me. Show that in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's have a conversation. It's me, Pascal, once again, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care.